In the Morning Rush on 98.7 Kiss Country.
7:37 Tuesday mornings. We always check in with Pete, and we get the latest with the DOT update. Brought to you by Mason City All Risk Insurance. Have to check with Dave and everybody down there, the whole entire crew, because you know what? New year, new policy. Maybe your insurance has gone up, or maybe that you currently have, and maybe Dave and the crew at Mason City All Risk can get a better deal for you. So go check it out. Hey, nothing wrong with kicking the tires, right, Pete?
Nothing wrong with taking a look at something that could save you money. There's no doubt with that.
Exactly. Especially when you got automobiles and snowmobiles and ATVs, farm equipment. They can do it all for you right there at Mason City All Risk. Pete, it's been a week since we talked last week.
Yup, that's usually what happens in 7 days.
Yeah, that really makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? I'm
just going to let it go by that. No, I can't.
Thank you. Yeah. Right. So not much to talk about this time of the year. And normally when we're done talking about road construction, we're talking about the roadways as far as how much snow and how many plows are out. But we don't have either one going on.
No, we don't. And it's kind of bizarre, but they're staying busy. There's still plenty of stuff they can do. I actually talked to our Mason City and Hanlontown shop supervisor this morning, and they're doing a lot of stuff. I always compare it to like if you are like you mow your yard, you got to mow the yard,
right?
And you look and you're like, I don't really feel like using the trimmer today or whatever. Now you can do all those things because you have time. So they're out doing a lot of brush clearing, doing a lot of culvert maintenance, making sure everything is calibrated perfectly with the snow equipment, because they still have been out a few times doing the frost runs, spraying down the bridges, the shaded areas if frost is in the forecast. So still plenty to do to keep busy.
Yeah, but what do they draw straws and see who has to do it or what?
No, there's more than one spot. It's not like there's one tree in one part of the ditch that needs removing. Do you have any idea how many miles of roadway we have, Jay?
Yeah, plenty. Yeah, plenty. I was only kidding, people. I was only kidding.
Yeah, all of a sudden you got family members surrounding the station.
Right, I know. They work. You know what? They work hard and they do things, especially in the wintertime. I don't know how they go out and do that. Yeah. Guys and gals. Because you know what? I mean, there's times that I've been on the roadways by myself and I don't have a plow, and I'm going, how do they not go in the ditch?
They're professionals. That's the bottom line. They are professionals, and we have every year there's simulator training that
really?
They go through. I actually have gone through it a couple times just for more situational awareness and everything, and how realistic it is crazy. It's just, from feeling vibrations in your seat if you go over railroad tracks or
really.
Oh yeah, no, it's incredible how realistic these simulators are. So yeah, there's training going on.
Can I do that?
What's that?
Can I do that?
No, it's something that is for employees only.
Well,
it's something we can look into. It's as far as situational awareness for your listeners and everything. But right. It's a classroom thing. You sit and go through some maybe 15-20 minutes of classroom stuff, and then you would go back and they'd put you on the simulator. There's one on either side. It's a big trailer. It's similar to some of those medical trailers that have testing equipment in them. So yeah, you do some classroom stuff, and then you go up and do the simulator.
I don't want to do the classroom stuff, Pete. I just want to do the simulator.
It's a package deal, Jay.
Maybe I'll pass.
Yeah. So yeah, it's you're right. What they do, the job they do, and the benefit that we get out of the dangerous job they do, it's pretty impressive.
And it's bad when they pull the plows because it's for not only our safety but theirs as well. All the plow drivers.
Yep, that is correct. There's the safety thing. There is the, I guess, benefit cost. It doesn't do any good if you're plowing a road and 20 minutes later it's blown shut right behind you. So yeah, there's a lot that goes into that. It happens very rarely, but like you said, if the plows are pulled, you have no reason to be out on the road. It's just not good.
Right. Yeah. You don't need to go get those socks from Walmart.
Right. They can wait.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah. So all the drivers, the male and female, I was only kidding about, doing the short straw thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
No.
Got to
Yeah,
make
we
fun of
get
them so
it.
much because I know a lot of them listen, Pete.
Well, yeah, they do.
Well, now they used to.
Yeah, exactly. They've tuned out for the day. maybe they'll give you another chance next week.
Okay, I hope so. Please tell them I'm sorry.
Yes, I will. Hey, it's kind of obviously on the topic of driving with the holidays and everything coming up. Just bottom line, drive safe.
Right.
Put on your seatbelts. We unfortunately are way above average on fatalities this year. We're at, as of yesterday, 363 fatalities, and that's the highest in the last 5 years.
Really?
And we're not at the end of the year yet. So make sure you wear your seatbelts. So many of these, it's crazy how many fatalities are people who are not wearing their seatbelts. Of the 363, there are 104 fatalities that are motorcycle or pedestrian. So obviously a seatbelt isn't a factor in that. But of the fatalities, 117 of them, or 45% of them, are people not wearing seatbelts.
Really?
So, would a seatbelt have saved every one of those lives? Probably not. Would it have saved a good chunk of them? Probably.
Right.
So, yeah, it's something that's simple to do. It's something that's the law, but the most important thing is it's something that will very possibly save your life. So everybody wants to get where they're going safely for Christmas. That's what we want as well. Safety is the top priority for the DOT and everything we do. And we just want to make sure people are aware of that and get to where they're going safely and have a great Christmas.
Yeah, and us too. We want to have the same. Keep everybody. So, it's weird because, I remember when the seatbelt law came into effect just a couple of years ago. When
just a couple of years ago.
Yeah, they were driving the old trucks. They didn't even have seatbelts hardly. You couldn't find them. You had to dig them out of the seat or pull the seat forward. And it just kind of a pain. So we never wore them on the farm. But then they went into effect. You had to wear the seatbelt. It was uncomfortable. Didn't like it. People were complaining about it. We all did. And that now I feel weird, Pete, if I don't put one on, just going to Casey's.
No, you're exactly right, and that's great. That's the way. It should be as much of a habit as it is to roll up your window when it's raining.
Right.
It just should be that big of a habit because it is that important.
Yeah. So drive safe this holiday season, and not only just the holiday season, but all year long. We want you to enjoy it and be around next year for your birthday and all that good stuff, and enjoy the road construction when that starts back up again, because we all love that.
Exactly, it'll happen.
Yeah.
Good news is when road construction happens, winter's over.
Right, exactly. No kidding. I'm looking forward to seeing those trucks out there again.
Yep. So, but again, we talked about it. We can't complain too much right now, unless you're an outdoors enthusiast and want to do some snowmobiling or ice fishing or whatever. It's kind of scarce right now, but I'm sure we'll get our share of winter yet to come in the next couple months.
Mother Nature's just waiting. She's going, these people think they got it good right now. You just wait.
Yep.
January 15th, I'm going to dump it on them all.
Yep, just kidding. All these people making all these plans to go travel to where there's ice or for fishing or where there's snow, and you're going to get ready to go, and it's going to be a blizzard where you can't go, and you'll be able to just do it out your back door.
Right, exactly. You'll need that to go to the grocery store because that's how bad it's going to be.
There you go.
You need a snowmobile or ATV.
Yeah, I'm not counting on that, but we'll see.
I know, right? Well, excellent. Well, we talk every Tuesday, and we talk about road construction with Pete with the IODOT, and of course, not only that, but we also get into a little bit of sports too. And boy, what a sports weekend! I lost big again, Pete. I mean, I didn't spend a lot of money. Like I bet like 50 cents or $1 here, but I could win like 1,000, 2,000, 5,000. Depends on my bet.
Sure.
So in other words, there's no chance that any of that's going to hit, but You never know.
It's a fun 50-cent dream, right?
It is. And when I have over $100 in my account, that makes it even better yet.
There you go. That's exactly right.
Although it's dwindling down now a little bit after this weekend, but that's beside the point. But and you know what I did this weekend too? And I never do this. I never bet on the Vikings.
Okay.
I bet on the Vikings.
How'd that work for you?
I lost money, Pete.
Yep.
It was a measly $1, but still.
Yeah, that was disappointing.
big time disappointing. What's going on with this team?
I hate to say it because I know I've said it before, but you look back and you tell me how many teams in the history of the NFL have had 4 starting quarterbacks in 14 games and are in the playoff contention.
Yeah, well,
you got to remember 3 of these quarterbacks we've started are backup quarterbacks, and they're playing like backup quarterbacks.
Right, I know.
That's I'll harp on it again. Nick Mullins threw 2 interceptions in sure field goal range. There's a minimum of 6 points that we lost right there. And when you add those 6 points on, it doesn't even get to overtime. They win in regulation. So, yeah, that one was frustrating. It was one of those games where I didn't expect to win that one. I really didn't. And then when you're up 17-3 going into the fourth quarter, all of a sudden you get a little excited, thinking, whoa, maybe we'll steal one. And then you get kicked in the head.
I wasn't thinking the head, but
Yeah, well, PG radio here, Jay.
It's a family show.
Right.
Mom and Dad know what I'm talking about. But the Vikings always seem to try and lose a football game. They don't go out there and keep the pedal to the metal and just go full throttle. And, I'm not worried about running the score up on anybody. I don't care because I don't have very often. Look at what the Raiders did to somebody. They got kicked in the teeth with the Vikings. Our defense held them out for a long time. 3 points is all got scored that we scored. And so their defense did a great job. But then the next week they come out and just blow out the other team that they're playing.
Yep, they crushed San Diego.
Yeah. And they missed the NFL record of the most scored points in a game by 10 points.
Oh, really? I didn't realize that.
Yeah. I was like, you got to be kidding. So I had to stay up and watch it. I had no interest in this game whatsoever, but I had to stay up to see if they made history.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yep. No, that was a disappointing one Saturday, but oh well. Move on.
Oh, look at that. Positive Pete moving forward. Yeah.
I didn't necessarily say it was positive. I'm just saying I don't want to talk about it.
That's a way to stay positive, Pete.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
We'll talk about the negative things. But we've got 3 games left. Everybody's got 3 games left, and we've got the Lions, we've got the Packers, and we got the Lions.
Yep.
I'm thinking we're going 0-3.
I hate to say this, Jay, because
are you going to agree with me?
I was talking to somebody last week, and we were talking about the Viking schedule, and I said, honestly, we could go 0-4. So I was one ahead of you.
Yeah. I mean, it's just nuts to think.
And it's, to me, again, it goes back to what I said at the beginning. I think this quarterback thing is catching up with us. And I know a lot of people are upset with Kevin O'Connell and the 2 tush pushes or whatever. Yeah, which, again, I thought was ridiculous doing it twice. But what he's done to hold this team together through the quarterback injuries and all that, he's done more of a coaching job than people realize. Now, again, don't get me wrong. Some of his play calling has been a little bit iffy. The heck are you doing? But he's a young coach, and I am still glad that he's our coach.
Oh, yeah. He's a good coach. And people have been calling for his head and his firing and everything else after this past weekend. But no. You got to keep with it. You know what? I like a guy that's gutsy and makes risky calls once in a while.
Yeah, I agree with you. We've had so many conservative coaches the past 20 years. It's nice to have somebody who is a little aggressive, even though it didn't quite pan out this weekend. But
we're not the
Eagles. Take the good with the bad.
Right. Yeah. But I don't know how the Eagles did it last night. They did the tush push. I don't know how many different times. They just make it look so easy. Nobody else can. I don't know how they've perfected it.
No, I don't either. Well, it does help to have a quarterback who, what do they say, squats over 600 pounds?
Well, that does help.
Yeah. Plus, I don't think Jason Kelsey, the center for Philadelphia, I don't think he gets the credit. Every once in a while, you'll hear people talk about him, how he clears away. And again, like we said, having Jalen Hurts with that kind of strength and somebody who weighs more than 180 pounds pushing on the back of him.
Yeah. Why do we do that? It's only in Minnesota that the smallest guy that pushed the guy needs to go like a yard.
Something tells me that Mullins probably can squat about 120 pounds.
Yeah, Mullins barely as big as that other guy.
Exactly.
He'll be able to sneak right through there. They're little guy.
And maybe they thought he could find an opening easier that way.
Yeah. I don't think so.
I don't either.
Not even. Although I did think that he got it the first time that they tried it, but they got you can't challenge it. O'Connell tried to get him to review it. He even asked the referee. You saw his mouth on the side of the sidelines going, "Hey, aren't you even going to look at it?"
Mm-hmm.
You know, and the next thing you know, the play's going.
Yep.
But
well,
there's a lot of coaches that are on the couches and the sidelines and Sundays and Saturday in this case, but we all know better than the actual coach sitting on the sideline.
Oh yeah. And like I always like to say, those guys have forgotten more about football than I'll ever know. So
right.
Kind of have to, I will defer to them.
Yeah.
Even though I don't have to agree with them all the time.
So the Kelce's, by the way, Jason Kelce, talking about the center for the Eagles, him and Travis Kelce are brothers. And Travis is, of course, the one dating that girl that's people seem to think that they need to do shots of her on TV all the time. And, but they have a podcast called New Heights.
Yeah. I've never listened to it, but I really should.
I mean, it's okay. I mean, it's fun to, I like Jason, even though he's a center in the football league, but he seems like a really down to earth kind of guy with, kids and wife. And he's got a great looking wife, very, very understanding wife.
Yeah.
But he's just a big teddy bear, he looks like.
Yeah. He seems like he's got a really cool personality. I remember the Super Bowl last year when they played against each other. And, obviously it's tough on the parents when you got one kid on either team in the Super Bowl. And I remember the mom finding Jason Kelce on the field after the game, and she gave him a hug, and Jason Kelce just gave her a hug and said, "Go find Travis and celebrate."
Yeah.
So I thought that's pretty classy right there.
That almost brings a tear to my eye, Pete.
That's pretty classy.
Yeah. I don't know if his siblings celebrate a little bit. Of course, we've never been in that situation before. Me and my brother are real competitive. I don't know if it'd be that way or not.
Yeah. That's a different level of competition.
Yeah. True. I don't know. I'd probably handle the same thing. Who knows?
Yeah.
But, he always gets better Christmas gifts.
Oh boy, here we go. Yeah, and if your parents are listening now, he's really going to get the better Christmas gift.
He always does. Oh, he lives in Florida. He's so far away. We don't see him very often. Why do you think I stay away? So I get better Christmas presents. He was 21 miles away.
Yeah.
It's a strategy that I'm looking for, Pete.
Hey, you got to have a reason, Jay.
Yeah, right, exactly. All right. Well, hey, have yourself a Merry Christmas. We won't talk until after that's done.
You do the same.
All right. We'll do. My only present that I ever want, people go, "Jay, what do you want for Christmas?" All I want, and if this happens, it's going to be a miracle, Pete. Okay. All I want is snow on Christmas Eve, just a light dusting.
Okay.
Not so anybody has to go out and clean the roads or nothing like that. It's one a nice little snowfall on Christmas Eve and then Christmas morning when you wake up and open gifts.
Well, I think you nailed it. If it happens, looking at the forecast, it will be a miracle.
I know, right? It might be coming down to something, but not snow. It'll be rain.
Correct. Yeah, it might be rain.
And that's what I don't want. I want snow. So we'll just have to wait and see, Pete. That's
we'll talk about it next week.
All right, sounds good. And of course, that miserable Vikings game too.
Yeah.
Coming up, a little whiskey and sunshine. We might need that here.
Manly Services would like to send best wishes and safe return to all of our service members during the holiday season. From active duty to veterans, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.